When you start Adobe After Effects, the first thing you'll see is the welcome screen. The welcome screen is kind of useful. On the left hand side of the welcome screen, you get a part called Recent Projects, and inside of this area you'll see a list of your recently opened projects, and you can click simply on one of these names and After Effects will launch those projects up for you. Or at the bottom here, you have a button to click on, and this will let you browse for a project. To the right is a shortcut to create a new composition, which we'll talk about later on. And here is a button to click on, and this will take you to Adobe's help and support. And on the right hand side here is a button to click, and this will launch Bridge, and this will let you browse some templates, which we'll talk about later on. So there are some really useful templates in After Effects and some animation presets. We'll talk about those at a later chapter. On the right hand side, there's an area called Tip of the Day, and this area will list some tips about specific things in After Effects, like say keyframes. You'll see some various tips about keyframes. You'll see some tips about effects, some tips about time, and some tips about, say, memory management. So you'll see tips like this inside of this area. If you're searching for a specific tip, say for example you want to know more about keyframes, you can simply come down here and type keyframes, and After Effects will filter those tips, and it will only show you the tips that have the word keyframes in it. Okay. Then from here, using these left and right arrows, you can toggle between those tips. After a while, you'll hopefully know all of these tips by heart anyway, but when you first start using After Effects, it is a good idea to have a look at these, spare a minute or so every day just to go through these to make sure that you get the most out of it. If you want to turn this welcome screen off, which I will for the rest of this training, you simply need to come down here and detick where it says Show Welcome and Tip of the Day at Startup. So if I detick this and hit close, I will not be seeing that screen again.